Thank you, Father Mark, and good evening. On behalf of your Finance Council, I'd like to give you a quick update on where we are financially. It's been almost 19 months of uncertainty, and we're obviously not out of the woods yet. Needless to say, managing our financial ups and downs during this period has been a challenge. In my presentation earlier this year, I said that we had approved a balanced budget for 2021. Now, at that time, we felt a balanced budget was perhaps a bit optimistic, but we also felt it was a good target to aim for. I also said in order to achieve a balanced budget, we would all have to take another look at the amount of financial support that we were willing to commit to our church. So here we are halfway through September, and the question is, how are we doing? Well, today, I'm happy to report that as of the end of August, thanks to your increased financial support, along with some further reductions in expenses, we are currently exceeding our budget expectations and are actually ahead by about $34,000 on the operating side, which is fantastic. The actual numbers will be published in a financial update on our website sometime this week, and there'll also be a link to that update in next week's electronic bulletin. Now, just to give you an idea of where the numbers are, ordinary collections are up about 13.5% this year as compared to the same period last year. Now, that's good news, because it means we're starting to recover some of the revenue stream that we lost during the early stages of the pandemic. Now, I'd like to emphasize the words starting to recover, because as far as ordinary collections are concerned, we are still about 13% below our pre-pandemic numbers. I would also like to point out that a portion of our year-to-date income has come from government subsidies, and that as our actual income slowly increases, those subsidies are reduced. And who knows how much longer those subsidies are going to be in effect. Expenses, on the other hand, as I mentioned, continue to drop and are down about 15% as compared to last year. Now, that may seem like a good thing, but we need to keep in mind that this reduction in spending means things that should be done now are being diverted into the future. And secondly, the parish is finding it difficult to provide, and in some cases can't provide, the level of service it would like to, or that you might be expecting it to provide. So what I'm saying is sometimes reducing expenses is not as good as what we might think. Now, just for your information, aside from our day-to-day expenses, we do have a major expense coming up next month, and that's our insurance bill. We estimated it would be about $28,000 this year, but with all the vandalism that's been happening to churches recently, we're not sure how that'll affect our rate. So that's the Reader's Digest version of where we are with respect to our finances. Bottom line, right now, we're doing not too bad, and we're meeting our day-to-day expenses. All I'm going to ask of you is that you continue thinking about your financial support to the church. Now, speaking of financial support, you may recall we raised some additional funds earlier this year through a 50-50 draw, and one lucky parishioner won her pot of gold worth almost $7,500 on St. Patrick's Day. Today, I'd like to announce that we are holding another online 50-50 raffle with a draw date on Halloween. Now, we're hoping for a scary big payout so that someone can go home with a whole lot of treats. Ticket sales will be starting this Wednesday, September 22nd, so watch for the announcement on Flocknote and there'll also be more information in the next bulletin. Now, before I finish, just a word regarding our loan repayment for the roof repair. Those numbers will also be in the financial update. Unfortunately, collections for the loan repayment are a bit behind. We had originally anticipated the loan would be paid off by now, but the pandemic kind of changed the momentum of our original repayment plan. Hopefully, again with your help, we can start getting some of that momentum back and get that loan paid off as quickly as possible. We only have about $37,000 left to pay. Well, that's all I have for you today. I thank you for your time. And if you have any questions or concerns, I will be just outside the front doors after Mass, or you can leave your name and number with the office and somebody will get back to you. Thank you.